Hi everyone, Jim here. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I'm enjoying my weekend so far. I had a few videos I was considering doing. I know it's Holmes is where the heart is. I was going to do a Sherlock Holmes video. I was going to do like a book review video. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do a book haul video. And I think you guys enjoy my book haul videos. I know I do a lot of them. It's kind of what I enjoy doing, but I do want to get into more book review videos. I'm not very good at it. It's something I have to work on. I did watch Kevin Toll Reed's video that he just put up about people not watching book review videos. I'm not too sure if that's the case or not, but I love book review videos and I try to watch them whenever I can. But I do have a whole bunch of books that I want to share with you. A bunch of paperbacks I picked up from Value Village and other thrift stores that are nearby. So let's get into the video. I'm going to start with a few kind of cool, kind of themed paperbacks. I think when I went to the thrift store, somebody had gotten rid of a whole bunch of nurse-themed paperbacks. Now I left most of them at the store, but I did pick up a few of them. So to begin with, we have this one. This is a perma book. This is called Nurse Kathy with that awesome cover. And that is by Adeline McElfresh. Now it looks to me like this was kind of the type of book that she was known for, because here we have another one called Jill Nolan, Surgical Nurse by Adeline McElfresh, and this is a Dell paperback. And these just have very cool covers. And as I said, I left a few of them back at the store, but I have another one here called Nurse with Wings. This is a Bantam book, and this is by Marguerite Moores Marshall, and that is just a very awesome cover. I love it. I kind of had to pick it up. I'm not sure if I'll read these, to be honest. I just kind of bought those for the covers, but you know, maybe if I'm in the mood one day, I'll pick one up and read it. And here we have a Signet paperback by Horace McCoy called Scalpel, but very cool cover nevertheless, so I had to pick that one up. So those are the nurse paperbacks. We've got one called Defeat at Sea, and this is The Struggle and Eventual Destruction of the German Navy in World War II by C.D. Becker. Now look at that cover. And I love World War II books, like nonfiction books, if they're talking about events that actually happened in World War II. So this is an absorbing and often thrilling account of the struggle and eventual destruction of the German Navy in World War II as seen from the other side. Like that looks very cool, very awesome. And here we have a Patricia Highsmith book, and this is, it says it's a tale that will haunt your sleep. So that looked very neat. Melinda was a girl who knew how to live with any men but the one she married, a novel of sensuous evil and stark revenge. And here we have a PI novel by Paul Engelman called Dead in Center Field. And this says, murder bats 1,000 till Private Eye Mark Rensler throws a real smart curveball. So, you know me, I pick up any PI novel I can find, and I've never heard of this one. I'm not necessarily a fan of the sports-centric ones, but who knows? It might be a good read, so I'm looking forward to that one. Next, we have a very awesome version of All Quiet on the Western Front with that very kind of 60s font. That's the kind of font that when I did my Mystery and Mayhem logo, this is kind of the feeling I was trying to convey with my logo. And this is a book by Eric Maria Remarque, the classic war novel of all time. Now I have another version of this, but I saw this version, this paperback, I had to have it. Very nice, and that's a Crest book. And here we have Star Trek number 12 by James Blish. Yeah, I try to pick up these ones when I can, the James Blish ones, and the animated Star Trek series by Alan Dean Foster. They're very well done, and that's just a lovely cover. Here we have a paperback from hell. I looked this one up. I Googled this one, and this is a Robert C. Wilson novel, and it is Crooked Tree. And it has a step back cover. And I don't know if these are valuable or hard to find, but I found this one at the thrift store and I picked it up. And that's very cool. And this says on the back, a driver whose car stalled, a lone camper, 2 women canoeing, worse than dead, torn apart by a force indescribable. And that's Crooked Tree. And here we have a fantasy novel by Carol Nelson Douglas called Six of Swords. Lovely cover. And that's a Ballantine fantasy, a Del Rey book. So yeah, I'm glad I picked that one up. And here we have another fantasy. I picked this up before I did the episode of C.L. Moore and Robert E. Howard for the Robert E. Howard Foundation Press. I was going to show a few examples of, the influence that Gerald Juari and Dark Agnes had on fantasy fiction. There's a lot of red-headed fantasy warriors out there. This is called Taming the Forest King by Claudia J. Edwards. And that's just an awesome cover. And I will probably read that one soon. And here we have an anthology, Year's Best SF2, an all new Astounding Stories, Year's Best SF2, edited by David G. Hartwell. And that's a nice thick paperback. And I love, it's not my favorite genre, but I do love short science fiction stories. And that's just a nice book to have. And here we have another World War II themed book called Black Thursday by Martin Caidin, who's better known for writing the $6 Million Man books. And this is October 14th, 1943, Black Thursday. From their still dark barracks in the English Midlands, they came. 3,000 American airmen to take off for the most daring and violent air battle fought in the history of war. Nice little paperback. And here we have, unfortunately, I opened this one up and there's a page ripped out from it, but neat cover. It's an Avon paperback, The First Lady Chatterley by D.H. Lawrence. And here we have a couple more old paperbacks. This one is a Cardinal edition called Chance Elson by W.T. Ballard. Lovely cover. I love these editions with the gold spine and great artwork on that. And here we have a Fawcett Gold Medal book called Mamel by Nathan Butler. Now, I picked up an Elmore Leonard the other day. I actually just read this one after I picked it up. I used to have a lot more Elmore Leonard paperbacks. I got rid of them all years, like decades back. And I should probably start picking them up again. This is Unknown Man number 89. And this is from 1977. I love the crime stories from the 70s and the 80s. They were great. They had kind of a vibe to them that I really loved. And I had a lot more of them, Elmore Leonard and others. And as I said, I got rid of them. I wish I didn't, but I'm picking them up as I see them. So that was a great book. As I said, I just finished reading it. Good story, man. Very satisfying. And I picked up this. I have 2 other editions in this series called Transgressions, and these feature novellas by famous crime writers. Here we have Ed McBain, Walter Mosley, and Donald E. Westlake. I'm currently reading the Donald E. Westlake story in it called Walking Around Money. And I have 2 other paperback editions in this series. These are great, and if you see them, pick them up. And I just picked up these 2, John Dixon Carr, Haig's Nook. I do believe this one might be the first in the series. Haig's Nook is the first recorded case tackled by that brilliant behemoth of detectives, Dr. Gideon Fell. Like, these are just nice little paperbacks. They're from Collier Books. I have that one, and I have this one, The Blind Barber. I love these editions, and I do like John Dixon Carr. He's the master of the locked room mystery. So I've got those two. And I found this book, crime novel by Robert J. Randisi, Alone with the Dead. Now, Robert J. Randisi is better well known for writing the Miles Jacoby PI series and the Gunsmith Western series. I do believe this is a standalone dealing with the serial killer. And this edition is from 1995, this story. Now, I picked up this nonfiction book about forensic medicine, Sir Sidney Smith, mostly murder. He used the Sherlock Holmes method of solving crimes, Sidney Smith, and I picked this up, but it seemed fascinating to me. And he's a well-known forensic pathologist, and that's got some real-life murder cases in it. So I'm curious to delve into that one. I usually don't get into true crime, but that one interested me. Now, the next books I have, as you probably already know, I've said in other videos, I've been picking up a lot of Rex Stout, Nero Wolfe books, and I was lucky enough to find a whole bunch. I think I got these ones at Value Village. This is The Golden Spiders, The Broken Vase, and I love these Nero Wolfe books. This is A Family Affair, of course, featuring Nero Wolfe and his sidekick Archie Goodwin. This is Three Men Out, and these are just lovely paperbacks in perfect condition. I was so happy to find them, and they were only like $1.50 each, something like that. You know, $2. Then we have Some Buried Caesar, which is one of the more well-known ones, one of the critically acclaimed in the series, Some Buried Caesar. We have Death Times 3. And we have A Right to Die. So I've got quite a few of them now. I've got a lot of reading to do, so I'm going to get caught up. Now, after Rex Stout died, another author did take up the mantle of writing Nero Wolfe stories, and I've got a couple of those. I've got The Last Coincidence, and these are written by Robert Goldsborough. And I have Silver Spire. So, and apparently these are very well done. He did a good job on them, so I'm looking forward to reading those. Now, what would a book called be without some good westerns? I've got some westerns I've picked up. I told you there's something here for everybody. I've got a Matt Brown western, Cimarron Jordan. And again, I used to have a lot more Matt Brown novels, but I got rid of them. I don't have them anymore, so I'd like to pick up more as I see them. And I picked up a whole bunch in the series, the Ralph Compton Trail Drive series, which I have a few on my shelf already, but this kind of filled it out a little better, a little more. I got some doubles, but you know, these are great books, really enjoyable. This is The Western Trail. This is Trail Drive number 2, I do believe. And we have the Chisholm Trail. And those first two, these two I had already, but these are in much better condition than the ones I had, so I was happy to get them. And we have the Deadwood Trail in a newer livery. I wish I could have got it in these editions, but and here we have the Goodnight Trail. This is number 1 in the series. And these are a lot of fun. This is, as I say, they're from the Trail Drive series, and they feature trail drives across the old American West, and they're just excellent, excellent books. And here we have the Shawnee Trail, and that is number 6 in the series. And we have Red Trail. Now, this series was taken up by different authors after Ralph Compton died. There was more written in the series. And I have the Green River Trail. And those are, as I said, they're very enjoyable, really good books. If you're into Westerns and you enjoy reading them, they're worth checking out. So that's it for me. I just wanted to do a quick book haul. My next video will probably be a Sherlock Holmes one. I want to do I want to do a bookshelf tour. I know I didn't finish it off last year, so I have a shelf or two that I do want to share with you. So that will probably be my next video. Yeah, so I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you enjoy your upcoming week. Until next time, keep reading.